Welcome back to Disquiet Time. We took a really long break, but appropriately, after our holiday, we're coming back with a holiday themed edition,
Sort of.
sort of. I mean, this is New Year's Day. So 2025, we're starting out. We're going to call this a whole new season. We're starting out. We're going to fix everything up. It's going to be great. We got some big new ideas for it.
Yes.
So, but what I thought we could do this time, and Anne had been collecting some for me, and she'll have to talk on these because I don't know some of these very well. But we thought we could make a naughty and nice list for cryptids.
Yes.
So who's the naughty?
Terrible.
Yeah, some cryptids aren't bad. I mean, they're creepy, they're scary, they're mysterious, but they're not evil. They're not dangerous. I mean, danger seems to be the main thing that makes them naughty.
Right.
So which list do we want to start with? Naughty or nice?
Well, which one do you want to do? We'll start with the nice if you want. Or maybe we should end with nice, so...
Yeah, on a positive note for the new year. Yeah, let's start with our naughty list then. So, the first one I put down is the Kelpie.
Right. I mean, that one's...
This guy is naughty.
Argument. That one's mean.
I mean, you show up as a pretty horse in the water and you lure particularly children...
Right.
to ride on you so you can drown them. Yeah, that's naughty.
Yeah, I mean, that's their whole thing, is they're going to drown you. So,
yeah,
I can't think of any reason why they'd be...
And they're an attractive nuisance. They show up as this pretty horse.
Right. I mean, and what kid isn't going to go say hi to the horse, right?
Exactly. So, Kelpies, solidly getting coal.
Yeah. But, I don't think they care.
Well, no.
I think that they're going to be okay with it. I don't think that they're going to argue.
I didn't assume that we would ruin anybody's holiday.
Right. I mean, I just don't think that, yeah.
Yeah.
Don't think they're going to argue with you. They're going to actually probably be pretty happy that they made the list.
Exactly. We're talking about them. So,
yeah.
All right, the second one I think might be one that you found. The Ijaraq. Ikaraq. Ijaraq.
Right.
And this is a Inuit shapeshifter who kidnaps children.
I mean, that just right there puts them on the naughty list. Why are they stealing children, right?
Right. Then I think abandon them or something like that. So, in that kind of environment, that's...
Yeah, I thought one of the fun things about them is that their eyes are always red. So even though they're shapeshifters, that their eyes are always going to be red no matter what they look like. So you're kind of going to be able to recognize one. So at least there's that.
So you don't tell the kids, don't talk to strangers. You tell the kids, don't talk to anyone with red eyes.
Right.
Like in Stardew Valley, my mom said not to talk to strangers. Well, guess what? You're talking to me.
Yeah, it's like, why are you talking to me then? I believe that is a plot hole.
Yes. But the Ijaraq, I'm going to say, because of the kidnapping children, even if there's a chance that the children could get away, that pretty solidly makes them.
And I believe that they're almost always referred to as evil in all the stuff that I found. So yeah, they're not. They're not anywhere on the. Well, I mean, they're not they're no Rougarou.
Right. I mean, not everybody can be Rougarou. Wait, did Rougarou end up on my list?
It should be. Oh, I don't see him.
He's not. Oh my gosh. I meant for him to be on there, so. Well, there's a couple of gray area ones, and he's going to be in that one because he started as one thing and became another.
Right. But no, yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna have to say that sort of like the Kelpie, the Inuit monster is definitely
Ijaraq.
Yeah, and the fact that you can't even look right at it just sort of freaks me out. that
Ugh,
it kind
yeah.
of says, no, thank you.
Yeah.
So no thanks.
So, okay. So that is the Kelpie and the Ijurak. The next one, C-Rad helped me come up with this one, the Kappa.
Right. That's the turtle with the bowl head, right?
Yes,
It's
yes. We
the
covered
yokai.
this one with friend of the pod.
Yes.
And I mean, how can it be anything but naughty when its whole goal in life is to reach an imaginary organ near your liver through the backside?
Yeah, I mean,
That's just
it's got
wrong in every
issues. It has
way.
issues, and the whole bowl of water on the head thing.
Right. I mean, they like cucumbers, so that's awesome. But that doesn't redeem them.
I mean, good for them. They eat healthy, but that doesn't mean anything.
Well, they also eat that internal organ, so organs are never healthy.
Right. No. No, organ meat, not the healthiest. So,
No, no. So, Kappa, definitely bad. Even though you can defeat them and distract them, definitely bad. Their intent is bad. The next one, I think, is another one that you had found.
right. And it's got a couple of different names. It's not something that is just like located in one spot. So it has a couple different names.
Oh, okay.
And now, of course, I'm going to absolutely murder how to say it though. Karakanolos, which is
Yeah,
Turkish and I believe Greek pronunciations, but there's also Kalakansaros, which is no, actually that's the Greek name, and then yeah, their names are hard because
yeah.
it's going to be in kind of that part of Europe. It's in Albania,
And
Greece, Bulgaria,
Anatolian
Serbia.
mountains.
Right, Anatolian
Up in Europe.
folklore. It's kind of all over the place over there, and so it's got a bunch of different variations on the name. And unfortunately, I am not great at pronouncing any of those.
Right. I have absolutely zero practice with any Eastern European language.
So, and actually, he's though kind of still active right now because he is a
Ooh.
Christmas demon, and he is
Oh, he's
active
specifically
during
Christmas.
the Christmas season. So, the 25th of December, Christmas Day, all the way through the 6th of January. So, they've got him
Oh,
until
right
Monday.
up until Eastern Orthodox Christmas on the 7th.
Which would make sense since he
Yeah.
is in that kind of part of the world.
Right.
So
Between
a
the two.
fortnight around the winter solstice. Um,
Nice.
yeah, but so he is very much a Christmas, no matter which of the Christian faiths you are monster.
Okay.
Um, but I've seen things like werewolf and vampire and stuff kind of attached to it, but
Oh,
it lives
okay.
underground.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Well, what makes it
But
naughty?
it's naughty because it's trying to saw the trunk of the tree that holds the whole earth, and it's trying to collapse that. So
Oh.
if they ever get all the way through the tree, it's going to collapse the whole earth.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty naughty.
Yeah, I'm kind of not a fan of that particular.
So he's only active during this fortnight,
Right,
but
and they
he's
forget about
sawing
the
away.
tree, and they come and they're like just pests during
Oh.
this whole season. And so on Epiphany, January 6th, they then go back underground and they continue their sawing. But during their absence, the tree will have healed itself, so regain some hit points. But
Regain hit points, yes. Oh, so they're
but
both
then they
right up
come
here
back up
actually.
once again on
Healed.
December 25th.
Oh.
Right. So no, they're very, very firmly on the naughty list. So not only are they attempting to actually collapse the whole earth by destroying the tree, they also then come up and make a real pain of themselves for the 2 weeks there after Christmas.
So are they just kind of troublesome? Like they prank, steal things? What do they do when they're up?
Well, thank you for asking the hard question.
Oh, I just.
Again, there seems to be some variation because they're all over the place.
Oh,
This
okay.
is, I mean, there's a lot of
Well,
variation in those cultures. Um, it's most things I just saw said cause mischief.
Oh, okay. So they're
Um,
pain in the neck when they're up, but they're at least not sawing on the tree.
right. I
Okay.
think their big thing is the tree.
Okay, so no kidnapping, no any of that.
Right. Well, no, not that I'm aware of. Not that I saw, but I mean, come on. They're trying to cut down the tree.
Right. Right. No, that's bad. That's bad.
So, but yeah, I mean, they're all over Greek and Serbian. While there's some, some common elements there, that's still a pretty big, it's
Yes.
still a pretty big thing. And I've seen it described as kind of like more of like a goblin type creature. So
Okay. Okay. Okay, so definitely naughty.
definitely naughty.
All right. The next one is more well known, the chupacabra.
Well, it's well known, but it's also one of the newest on the list since
That's true. It is
they're
very
actually
new.
from 20th century. They are not. they're like maybe 100 years old.
Right. Right.
Nobody
So
talked about a
definitely new.
chupacabra before, the
But, going
1900s.
around and killing livestock,
Right, the whole eating livestock thing is kind of a problem.
that's people's livelihoods and pets.
Right, right, eating cows and that's not great.
Yeah. So I think they qualify as naughty, even though there's very adorable features
There
to them.
there's some things that are cute, right? Well, they started out as these, creepy lizard-looking things, and now they just
Naked
kind of look
coyotes.
dog-like. Yeah,
Yeah, they're interesting. So, okay,
yep.
well, here's one that your friend in Connecticut hates, the Jersey Devil.
Yes. Well, and this one though, that was so sad. He has a reason for being so awful.
Yes, but he's awful.
Well, depending on
The
the
stories,
story,
yeah.
but yeah, for the most part, I mean, it's still destructive, and
Yes,
let's face it, it's cranky.
yes, yes. But its backstory is very, very sad.
It is. It's very sad. You kind of see how it got there, but
Yeah,
yeah. But I can't think of anything. Can't think of any stories where, oh, it didn't do anything bad here. It just was. So
right.
yeah,
Yep.
I think it counts.
Yeah, maybe it should go in our gray list.
Yeah, because it has a reason at least. It has a good origin story for its villain background.
Yeah. Okay, we'll move him to the gray area. It's a coin toss. So, but the next one, the Gasha Dokuro, the
Yes.
giant skeleton, composite skeleton of Japanese
Yeah, it's another
background.
yokai,
It's a
which we may
yokai.
have discussed on
We
that other
did.
episode.
We did the first time. Yeah. Um, and I mean, again, it has a tragic backstory. It comes from these battlefields where, people and their bones were not properly buried and, given the right rights and all that stuff. But,
Right, and it's like 30 feet tall, it's
right.
huge.
But it's incredibly destructive and angry. So it's
Right.
on the naughty list.
I wouldn't be happy if I was stuck as part of a 30-foot tall skeleton. Be like,
Hmm.
no.
Right. Its origins are sad, but it's still incredibly destructive and dangerous. It will kill you if you run into
Yes.
it.
Yes. Oh, I definitely will, and their fear of giant things.
Yes. Yes, and love of tiny things.
Yep.
Well, this next one is Japanese as well. This comes from C-Rad. He told me the story, so maybe some of this isn't right because I don't know where he got his info. Maybe you do. But it's the Kama Itachi.
Right, right.
And it's a ferret, basically, with comma blades for hands.
Yeah.
It's so adorable.
Well,
But
how is it evil? I
it's on the
mean,
naughty list because it sneaks up on people and strikes with these comma blades and slices them up, killing them. And it does it really fast, like you don't even know you've been hit. But
okay.
then those wounds heal and you never know you were hit.
Oh.
So, what a little scamp.
Oh. Well, I mean, if it's related to a ferret, it really probably just can't help itself.
Well, this is true. It really can't. It just has to be chaotic. So at least, so he said that you heal, that you don't die, you don't aren't just chopped to bits and don't know forever. But I still say that makes it pretty darn naughty.
It's naughty, yes. Not evil, but naughty. This is true.
So, but this is a really old one. I think it's just taken on kind of more of a modern flair with some of.
Yeah, yeah. I'd not
I
heard of that one before.
Yeah, I bet the old stories. I would bet you anything. Instead of just having these sharp, painless wounds and then you heal, I bet you anything the old stories are more you are like, what the heck? And die.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
would bet.
Because usually you wouldn't live through it.
Yeah. So that's my
That's just
guess.
like a modern take on it. Like, no, no, you don't die.
Right. So this is one I want to dig more into later. But just pulling this list together, I was like, oh, I'm going to bring this one up.
Yeah, that's an interesting one. I hadn't heard of him, so.
Right. Oh, here I found something. In the Hokuriku region, according to the collection of fantastic stories, the Hokuitsu Kaidan. A kamatachi is a sword resulting from touching the blade of a dreadful is a wound resulting from touching a blade of a dreadful god. Interesting. Okay.
Oh,
So
okay.
there's definitely some deification going on here. Oh, cool. Okay, I definitely want to get into this one more later.
Yeah.
But, I just thought, what a little pain in the neck.
It sounds like a weasel, doesn't it?
It sure does.
Just creating chaos everywhere it goes.
Yeah, yeah. Mine was just doing that in the drawer a minute ago.
Yep, they can't help themselves.
Mm-mm, they can't. So, okay, the last one was Kushi or the Banshee. So Kushi is a fairy dog.
Right?
And we all know what a banshee is. That's basically a fairy woman. That is what that would translate into.
Right, right.
Fairy wife.
Them on the
Um,
gray zone, though. They're not
and
actually hurting you.
that's what I was about to say. Is I think I'm going to put them in the gray. They they foretell death and terrible things, but they themselves don't cause it always. Though sometimes it's said that the sound of the kushi can, if you hear it bark 3 times, it'll scare you to death.
Right, but
But
if you
again,
get to a
that's
place
not
of
as
safety before
intense.
the third bark, you're safe. So he's
Right.
giving you a chance.
Right. Well, it's not like he's out there going, okay, I'm going to try to kill somebody. It just that
Right,
happens to be the case. But sometimes it's just if you hear it bark, you know somebody's going to die. It depends on the story. So kind
right.
of a gray area. I mean,
Right. Giving
it's
you
a
a warning,
dirty
kind of like
job.
a heads up. So
Yeah. Dirty job, but someone's got to do it.
yeah, I wouldn't
Yeah.
necessarily say naughty, but
Yeah, but not
certainly
pleasant.
not well
Don't want
liked,
to
I'm
hear one.
sure.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't want to. Oops, I hit my microphone. You don't want to run into one for sure.
No, no,
So,
you definitely don't. You don't want to hear one, but it's not. It doesn't feel like it's being intentionally malicious. It's going to give you
right.
3 chances. If it was mean, it would be the first bark and you're done.
Right, that would just be your first clue right there.
Right.
Yeah, so it's a gray area. I don't know.
That one's
I
a
had to
little
give flip a
gray.
coin.
Yeah.
So, all right. So that was the last on my naughty list, but we have a couple more kind of gray area ones because we definitely disagree on the black-eyed children.
Right. Right.
It just seems like, I mean, the story is that the black-eyed children come out of the mountains, have the black eyes, and that they'll try to come into your house, and if you let them in, they'll kill you. But most of the stories are more like, well, I saw them and I shut the door. This person saw them. It's like you never hear in the stories that they actually got around to killing somebody.
That's because you don't know that's what killed the person if there was nobody else there.
Ah, I see.
if somebody let them in and then died, you don't know.
Well, true. But for the most part, the stories are just they walk around being really creepy.
Right. I don't think that they count as nice, though.
Yeah, maybe not nice. They're gray. We'll keep them in the gray area.
All right, yeah. They're just because if you let them in and that they stand there begging to be let in, and then
Which
no,
is so creepy. Oh.
don't like that at all.
Mm-mm.
So yeah, not my favorite.
No. No. So, but then I also have the Hopkinsville Goblins.
Yeah.
Again, a little bit of scaring people, maybe a little bit of property
Right.
destruction, but nothing above what happens, children do on Halloween.
Right.
Uh,
And of course, a lot
they-
of people think that they're actually aliens or ultra terrestrial type things.
right. But there's never anything associated with them, like with real destruction, real death, anything like that. Just they scare people.
Right.
So I would put them on the nice list. They don't hurt anybody.
Yeah,
They're just a little rowdy sometimes.
and there's a festival, so
Yes, 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 for sure. Oh, before we get out of the gray area, I guess we should talk about
well, and
Rougarou.
Rougarou, right? Rougarou has a
Right? I mean, he
festival as
started
well.
out kind of as a werewolf in the swamps who would kidnap or kill or infect people who didn't take Lent seriously.
Very Catholic
Excuse me.
creature.
Yeah, I mean, so that was definitely naughty. But over time, he's become the figure, the mascot for save the swamps.
Right,
The
the
climate
wetlands
change. Yeah,
preservation. So he's a good boy now. So
yeah, he's a very good boy now, and he has his own festival.
rehabilitated.
Yeah, so I guess that's a little bit of a gray area, but his current incarnation definitely belongs on the nice list.
Yes, I think so.
So he's definitely good. So, and then there's also the British big cats, which may actually be real.
Right, I've actually heard them mentioned a couple times on a podcast I listen to, and they both seem to indicate that they think they are real.
Right, that they very well could be escaped from wildlife things, that they were imported and they escaped. That there's just enough of them to have a population.
Which that's not completely unreal.
No, I mean, they've got a lot of big game and deer and stuff. They could survive out there. I could
Yeah,
see it.
I don't think.
Yeah. But again, even the people who have seen them, they're not associated with death and destruction. It's just, oh, that's
Oh,
not supposed
they're
to
just
be there.
we've been very close to big cats
Yes, we
in the
have.
wild, and
Yeah, it was
they're
very
just going to
grumpy.
do their big cat things, and if you stay out of their way, for the most part, they're going to stay out of yours. I wouldn't, want to put a Pomeranian out
Oh, no.
somewhere where there might be one, but
No.
like I said, big cats doing big cat things, right? So
Yeah, but they're not
any
evil in
damage
any
they
way.
do is because they're big cats.
Very big cats. That is true. So we've seen plenty of them. Never
Yeah.
had an issue.
No, I'd say that the
Not
more
British ones,
dangerous.
of course. Yes.
It's not seen any
Coyotes
British
are
big
definitely
cats.
gross. Maybe we will.
They're at least bigger and come up closer, which makes them a little more dangerous.
Yes. Yes. So,
So, would not.
okay. Well, while we're on British, we could talk about Nessie. And
Yeah,
of course, that
I
links
mean,
us back to Champ, which,
yeah,
again,
he's
not
never hurt
associated
me.
with. Yeah, no problems whatsoever. Just a cryptid.
Yeah,
So definitely
who's
good
raining
girl, good
Nestle's
boy.
never. Yeah, they've never hurt anybody, as far as I'm aware.
No, I mean there's no stories of sinking boats or anything like that. So
No,
I
no,
think they're good.
they're just there.
Yep.
They're just kind of floating around. Well, heck, I don't know if
Mhm.
anybody's seen either one of them in a long time. So,
Well, true. True. So, and then of course this one might be a little controversial. So this is Mothman. Now,
bad
Mothman is
Mothman.
associated with some disasters, but he didn't cause them.
No, no, he was never the cause of any of the problems. He didn't cause the bridge to collapse. He was just trying to warn people that something was going on. And then
Yeah.
in several other areas too, not just Point Pleasant, that where he's been seeing
Right.
there have been other problems, but nothing's ever said, oh, Mothman's the one that caused them.
No. And we chased a few cars with teenagers and stuff, but if I was a giant moth with glowing red eyes, I'd probably give into that
I
impulse
mean,
too.
you kind of almost have to, right?
Yeah.
Teenagers in cars, they're pretty much, every cryptid's favorite target. So
Exactly. Exactly. So I think he belongs on the nice list.
I think he belongs on the nice list for sure. I don't think he's gray at all. He's
Yeah.
never actually done anything.
No, not that I'm aware of anyway. So, and of course, there's the Fresno Nightcrawler, sometimes called what? The Night Walker, Night Stalker? I can't remember. No, Night Stalker's a
I think
serial killer.
Nightcrawler is always what I've seen
Nightcrawler.
it.
Okay. So they're basically just a little bubble head on a pair of legs.
I mean, they're neither good nor bad as far as I'm aware. They don't do anything.
They just walk around. They're just doing their thing. So that's pretty nice. They deserve presents for that.
Yeah, yeah, they're not hurting anything. They're just sorted out for a little constitutional in the middle of the night.
Exactly. Looking
Sans
weird, but
arms or torso, but
doing it.
whatever.
It's nothing to judge them for.
Yep.
So, and then, I think this is one that you found. La Befana?
Yes. She's Italian.
Yeah.
But she's very similar to like Santa Claus, but basically, rewards good kids, punishes bad. You can give offerings to her. Um,
She's
you
kind of
don't
a
really,
little witch-like figure, it looks like.
yeah, yeah. And she also comes down the chimney, the whole bit. Very similar to Santa in that way.
Breaking and
Um,
entering, breaking and entering.
a little breaking and entering, but
This is Epiphany Eve.
right, which is then like around the 5th.
Yes. Yes. So she's just about to go do her deed.
Right. But very much like Santa, keeps keeps track of who's been good and bad, and you get treats if you've been good, and get punished if you weren't. So can't very well.
Yeah, surely Santa wouldn't judge that.
I mean, doing the same thing, right? I think Santa would have to approve.
Yeah, exactly. So she's definitely good. So,
Yep.
all right. And then I just had one more on the list that I came up with. But of course,
Yeah.
there could be so many others.
Right.
But I had Sasquatch, Yeti, whatever you want to call him, Bigfoot.
Yeah.
I mean, lots of stories of sightings and scary sounds and weird smells and things like that. But
Right.
again, not mass dismemberments or
No, I
deaths
don't think
or
he's ever done anything.
yeah. He's just there. He just exists and people are obsessed with him. Why are you so
Yeah.
obsessed with me?
I know. Poor Sasquatch. He was
Yeah,
the original mean girl.
he was. Yes. He's
But he's
just
just
out there doing
upset.
his thing. So I put him on the nice list just because I couldn't think of anything. I mean, like there are people who say, "Oh yeah, he stalked me through the woods," but did you die?
Yeah, I
Was
mean,
there blood?
I've never known anybody. I can't think of any stories of Sasquatch hurting anybody.
Mm-mm. I can't either. I couldn't think of any. So,
I could be wrong, but I think that
I mean, not least seriously. So, I think Sasquatch definitely belongs on the good list. So,
yeah, I think he does too. He
yeah.
just wants to be left alone.
Yeah.
I would say
So, and
leave
is
him alone.
possibly an interdimensional being who's just zapping back to his own dimension after a quick stroll through our woods.
Maybe he just really likes the woods here.
Yep. Yep. Or a fey creature, some people have said. So,
Yes, possibly. He definitely likes he definitely does like a little stroll.
yep. Yep. I thought this was kind of a fun exercise.
Yeah.
I
I
had
mean,
fun going through each of them. I was like, well, what's good? What's bad? What counts?
right, but and a lot of it is gray, but
Yeah. I mean,
he's
because they scare us, they scare people, and that's what cryptids are kind of, all these fairy
known
stories are supposed
for.
to do. But does that make them bad just because we're scared of them?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, not really, right? I don't
Oh,
think.
I didn't bring up the seal women.
Oh,
I forgot
they're not.
because they're not bad. They're definitely good.
Yeah, they're not bad.
So, I mean, we're bad to them. I mean, all
Right.
those
They just
stories
want to
of
go
men
home.
stealing their skins, yeah, and making them stay on land. That's horrible. We're the bad ones there.
Yeah, they just want to go home. Anything they do is because they just want to go home. So,
Yeah, yeah, and if they abandon their families, well, that's on you, dude.
yeah, yeah, you were the problem there. So,
Hmm. So
yeah,
they go on a
no,
nice list too.
Selkies definitely.
Yeah,
Kelby's evil, Selkies
he's
not.
not. Yes, we gotta distinguish between them. Kelpies
Definitely
were
not.
definitely bad.
Kelby's very bad.
So, excuse me. Yeah, so it was fun kind of thinking about it since, we tend to think cryptid spooky season. Oh, I've got a kitten on my microphone. Hold on.
Oh,
Hi,
that'll make it a
baby.
little harder.
There we go. But
Kittens aren't
they're
always
not
bad.
really all bad. I mean, not only do they give us enjoyment and things to talk about like we do, but they're not all
Yeah,
bad. They definitely have their good points, some of them.
yeah, I think so. I like Rougarou. He's a good boy.
Yes, he's a very good boy, and he has become a very good boy.
I definitely think that I'll have to try it. Well, it'll be a while, but maybe someday we'll be able to make it to the festival.
Yeah, I
Rougarou
want to
Festival.
go. That will be fun. That'll
I
be
hope so.
fun.
But yep, I'm sure there's lots more that could go
Oh
on
yeah.
either list. Probably a lot more on the naughty list.
Right, right. I did a kind of, oh, this is long enough. Just stopped.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
because there are so many more. But, you know,
There are always a bunch.
yeah. I think it's kind of funny sometimes to see some of the scarier ones. Oh, I'm being jumped on by the cat. Kind of put into like children's books and stuff and cartoons and
Right,
sanitized. But at the same time, it's like trying to make some of these nicer ones scary is a little silly too.
right, right.
So,
Like, yeah,
yeah,
they can be scary all on their own. You don't need to try too hard.
exactly, exactly. That's a pudgy kitten. That's a pudgy kitten. Hi there.
Uh-oh. Still on your mic?
Oh yeah, I keep having to chase him off. He has decided it's playing time.
Maybe not.
He's a good boy.
Yeah, not helping.
Nope, nope. All right. Is there anything else you want to add to our New Year's Day naughty or nice cryptids list?
I think that pretty much covers the ones that I can think of.
Okay. Well, should we give a little hint of some of the things we're thinking about in the future?
Sure.
So we are thinking, kind of depends on how the whole TikTok ban goes, but setting up on some streaming service have um, recordings, short recordings
Right. Right. Do
about
more
what we're covering.
video. Yep.
Yeah. So that will
Can have
be,
some visuals or something with it. So.
yeah. So that'll be something that we can show quick pictures or whatever, kind of give a little extra information from each episode. I think that'll be fun, but we're waiting right now, kind of seeing how
Right.
video services shake out.
Right. Since that'll be sometime this month. So.
Yep, that'll be soon. So, um, so that's about it.
Yeah.
So
That's the
we're going
big
to be
one.
working
So.
on blogs and journals and
Yep.
publishing and stuff a little bit in the
Yep.
future. That is coming.
Yep.
And hopefully more guests and
Right.
more
More people with
fun things.
more backgrounds on stuff and whatnot. So.
Mm-hmm. That is the plan. So, and hopefully this year we won't skip quite so many months.
Right. Hopefully not. We'll see.
That's the goal. That's the goal. We just got too busy this last year.
It was a busy year. So.
Yep. I'm just going to try to focus a little more on this because it's fun.
Yes.
So,
Hopefully we'll be able to get a few more. So we've got some ideas for some things. So
yep. And we'll get to work on those very soon.
Yep.
But for now, I guess this is Disquiet Time wishing you happy 2025.
Happy 2025. That's right. How is it already
Yes.
2025? Maybe this year will be a little less crazy.
Yep. Here's hoping. All right. And we'll catch you on the next one. Bye.
Bye.